Who's winning in this economy right now?
The rich, guys like me. You know, we have gone from having 93 billion, top 400, in 1982 to having 2.4 trillion, 25 for one. People who, it becomes a more and more specialized market economy. It was an agrarian economy a couple of hundred years ago.
Picture this, you're living your dream life, free from financial stress and enjoying every bit of your hard-earned money. Sounds ideal, right? But the road to financial freedom isn't quite as simple. It's paved with lessons and rules that many of us wish we knew sooner. Today, I'm here to share with you 5 money rules that could change your financial journey for the better. Budgeting. Rule number 1.
You don't have to wait until everything stabilizes to start doing a budget. As a matter of fact, the only way it will stabilize is to do a budget this month, and then do a budget next month. And
always have a budget. This might seem like an obvious piece of advice, but it's surprising how many people overlook this crucial financial step. You might believe that you're adept at managing your money, but without a dedicated budget, it's all too easy to lose track of your spending habits. Consider the story of John, a friend of mine. John was a diligent worker and earned a respectable salary. Despite his solid income, he didn't have a budget. He spent money as he pleased, often losing track of his purchases. As time passed, he found himself spending more than he earned. The result? A mountain of debt that took him years to pay off. John's experience is a cautionary tale about the dangers of not having a budget, but his story is far from unique. Many people find themselves in similar situations, trapped in a cycle of overspending and debt. They earn good money, but without a clear plan on how to manage it, they end up living paycheck to paycheck with nothing to show for their hard work. With the budget, you can prioritize your spending, ensuring that your money goes towards the things that matter most to you. It allows you to allocate funds towards your needs first, such as bills, groceries, and rent or mortgage payments, and then towards your wants. This way, you can enjoy your money guilt-free, knowing that you've taken care of your responsibilities first. Moreover, a budget helps you prepare for the future. By setting aside money for savings and investments, you're not just spending your money, you're growing it. You're building a financial cushion that can protect you in case of emergencies or fund your life goals, be it buying a house, starting a business, or going on your dream vacation. In the end, a budget is not just about cutting costs, it's about making your money work for you. It's a tool that helps you achieve financial freedom, allowing you to live within your means while still enjoying the fruits of your labor. So, if you don't have a budget yet, start today. It doesn't need to be complicated. Start with a simple plan that outlines your income and expenses and adjust as needed. Remember, a budget is not set in stone. It's a living document that changes as your life circumstances change. Compound interest. Rule number 2.
I was confounded by the fact that we could buy into these companies and in effect have an earnings yield of maybe 14% or something like that with dividends that would grow. They actually grew 70% during that time. And the people were investing their money at 0.25% or nothing.
Understand the power of compound interest. It's often referred to as the 8th wonder of the world for a reason. Compound interest can significantly boost your savings over time, turning even small investments into substantial sums. Let's take the example of 2 friends, Alice and Bob. Alice started investing at the age of 25, putting aside a fixed sum every month. Bob, on the other hand, started at the age of 35, investing the same amount as Alice. Despite their similar investment strategies, there was a massive difference in their savings by the time they hit retirement. Because Alice started investing 10 years before Bob, she ended up with nearly twice the amount that Bob had at retirement. This is the magic of compound interest. Even though Alice and Bob invested in the same amount, Alice's money had more time to grow. Every year, her investment wasn't just growing by a fixed amount, it was growing by a percentage. This means that every year, the growth part of her investment was getting larger and larger. Compound interest is a powerful tool in your financial toolbox. It rewards patience and consistency, turning time into your ally. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. So don't wait. Start investing today and let compound interest do the work for you. Emergency fund. Rule number 3, always have an emergency fund. This is not just a rule, but a financial lifeline. The global pandemic in 2020 was a stark reminder of how quickly life can change. Many people found themselves without jobs, while numerous businesses faced unprecedented challenges. Those with an emergency fund had a safety net to rely on during these uncertain times. An emergency fund is a cash reserve that's specifically set aside for unplanned expenses or financial emergencies. It could be anything from car repairs and medical emergencies to job loss. An emergency fund serves multiple purposes. It helps keep your stress level down as it keeps you from making bad financial decisions on a whim. Ideally, you want to set aside enough emergency cash to cover at least 6 months of living expenses. Not only does it provide a buffer against unexpected expenses, but it also gives you the freedom and peace of mind to make better financial decisions. In essence, an emergency fund is your financial shield against unexpected life events. It ensures that you are financially prepared for any situation, large or small. Think of your emergency fund as a financial safety net. If you haven't started building one yet, now is the time to start.
Well, I think there'll be a number of young people out there that are 8 or 10 years old now that will accomplish it, and there'll be a whole lot more that try it and don't.
Do you remember some of the pennies?
Invest early. Rule number 4, start investing early. The importance of this rule cannot be overstated. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, bought his first stock at the tender age of 11. Now,
you went back to that day in 1942 because it was the day you purchased your first stock, which point out you were 11 years old then.
Right.
So
yeah, and the day I bought, I mean, the headlines.
Other side.
Yeah, the headlines were terrible every day.
Now, we're not all destined to be Warren Buffett's, but the lesson here is clear. It's never too early to start investing. Investing early has a profound impact on your financial future. The earlier you start, the more time you give your money to grow. Remember the story of Alice and Bob from the previous section? Alice started investing at 25, 10 years before Bob. Despite investing the same amount, Alice ended up with nearly twice the money Bob had at retirement. This is the power of compound interest, and it's just one of the reasons why starting early gives you a significant advantage. But it's not just about compound interest. Investing early also allows you to take on a bit more risk since you have more time to recover from any potential losses. So, don't wait for the right time to start investing. The right time is now. By investing early and consistently, you can set yourself up for a secure financial future. Diversify Income.
Well, you don't pick stocks, you pick companies.
Yeah, but when I was 11, I picked stocks. I had the whole wrong idea. I thought stocks were things that went up and down, and I charted them. I read books on technical analysis. I read everything.
Diversifying your income is a key to financial stability and growth. It's about having multiple income streams which can come from various sources. This approach provides you with a financial safety net, reducing your dependence on one source of income and minimizing the risk of financial hardship should that primary source be disrupted. One way to diversify your income streams is to offer different products or services that cater to various segments of your market. For instance, if you run a photography business, you could offer wedding photography, portrait photography, and even photography classes. Each of these services appeals to a different customer segment, creating multiple income streams for your business. Passive income is another popular approach to income diversification. This could mean investing in dividend-paying stocks or real estate, writing a book, or creating an online course. These sources can generate income regularly without requiring your constant active involvement. Another common approach is turning hobbies into income streams. If you're passionate about something, chances are there are others who share your interest and would be willing to pay for your expertise or creations. Incorporating revenue diversification in your business could also mean entering new markets or diversifying your product line. For instance, a coffee shop owner might consider selling branded merchandise or packaging their unique coffee blend for retail sale. Diversifying income streams for long-term financial stability requires strategic planning and thoughtful execution. But once set up, it can provide you with a more robust and resilient financial life. And there you have it, 5 money rules that can make a world of difference in your financial journey. I regret not knowing these sooner, but now that you do, you're already ahead. Remember, it's not about how much money you make, but how well you manage it. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these rules resonated with you the most? Do you have any personal experiences or questions related to these rules? Leave a comment below. Let's learn and grow together on this financial journey.